Hello, 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 everyone. What's going on in the world of YouTube creators and viewers and subscribers? What's happening? Good to be back with you again after a pretty long break away from the channel while I was visiting with my daughter, who was up from Kentucky, and my granddaughter. And now I am sitting in my studio here talking to you guys with some new to me recording equipment, specifically the Canon EOS M50 little mirrorless camera that's been out for like 5 years, and it's still very popular. I was wanting to get a camera specifically for setting up and leaving set up here in my studio. So that's why I am using it now, along with a Rode Go2 video mic that's on top of it. And I'll be doing some, or I hope to be doing more of these type videos where I'm just sitting and BSing for a while and all that. Hopefully not too boring. But this will probably be going up. By that I mean I'll probably be posting this to my YouTube channel for viewing tomorrow evening. Today's Thursday and tomorrow's Friday. So I'll be posting it up, uploading it, and along with what I think I'm going to be doing is a edit on a photo using my new 3 system workflow that I've been studying and trying to learn. Thanks to Blake Rudis's course, and with some help from Matt Kozlowski. It's either Kozlowski or Klozkowski. I get it confused. And sorry, Matt, if you happen to be watching and I flub up the pronunciation of your last name. But anyway, Matt K. and Blake R. I took some courses from both of them. The latter, I got a couple of Photoshop panels that I'm going to be editing the photos in, but I got a 3 system workflow that Blake has. I guess he invented it. Maybe he didn't invent it, but he teaches this workflow. You go from Adobe Bridge, to Adobe Camera Raw, and then to Adobe Photoshop, and you're keeping in mind all the time when you're editing tone, effects, or tone, color, and then lastly is effects. And so that's my new, the way I'm looking at things, how to edit now and be more conscious of tone, color, and effects on the photos. Hopefully get better, and you all will see an improvement. So I'm going to cut out of here now and find a photo to edit. And again, let me know in a comment down below if this new setup I have here is okay to you guys. I'm in front of a full-on sunshine coming into my window here, and that's the only light I have, which is really good for now, but I'm sure that it will not be good if I do decide to record a video. Later in the evening, I'll probably have to use my softbox light I have. But we'll worry about that when the time comes. For right now, I'm gonna search for a photograph. Everything's in bloom in the garden, and I took a bunch of pictures yesterday, and I'm gonna find one to edit. So we'll do that, and we'll see you all in the editing section of this video. Alrighty, let's get the show on the road here, folks. We are going to be doing a edit, and I'm going to hopefully get it done real quick, showing my new workflow. And first going to use my Stream Deck to open up Bridge, Adobe Bridge, and pick the flower that I mentioned I was going to edit. As soon as Bridge and my computer decide to work together and open up. And there we go. And the flower that I chose, well, this is Bridge, first of all, that you see here. And we're just going to choose my photo. I wrote it down. I already picked it out. Took these, let me see, the day before yesterday. And it's my favorite daylily, this one here. So I choose it in Bridge just like this. If you're familiar with Lightroom, or if you're familiar with a photography or a photo web browser on your computer, this is similar to it's just a browser. It's just a shows all my photos, and there's all my photos here. And I'm just going to choose this one, and I can take a larger look at it by hitting my space bar and seeing if that's the one, just to get a larger view. And you can hold down your mouse button and it will get a zoom in lens here, a zoom in. And while I was doing that earlier, I noticed that bug right there. And you hit the space bar again and you go back to the photo. And to get it, since that's the one I want to work on, I double click it. I double tap my magic mouse pad, and it opens it up into it usually, if I have it set up, it will open it up into Adobe Camera Raw, but I haven't got the JPEG set up to open in Adobe Camera Raw, and I should have that set up to do that. I'll do that off camera when I get my other stuff that I'm using organized correctly. Okay, I got to figure it out, folks. Now we're going to go back into Bridge. And as soon as it opens up, right there, go back to my photo. I changed it to where it will now open in Adobe Camera Raw. The photo I was wanting to work on is this one right here. We'll double click it. Adobe Camera Raw, and there is my crop tool. So what I was saying before, I like to give it a crop and use my rule of thirds, which I often do. And we're going to put that lily, daylily, right there on that intersecting point right there. That's where we're going to put that thing. And then I hit enter or return, and there's my crop. And I'm just going to leave that in there, leave that in there, or not. Let me see. Maybe it will look. Maybe I'll just get all that out of there and put that right somewhere right in there. Then how about that? Is that better? It may be. I'll accept for that one right there. Let's see. Let's see what that one looks like. I could use generative fill to get that out of there. But this is make it too long, so I just wanted it's already the video's already long enough. So we're going to just work on this one here, and after I find the image in Bridge and open it up in Camera Raw, I like to give it the auto button, and you can see what it did there. So it did do a little, and to see exactly what all, I'm going to hit the / key, and there's the before I hit auto, and there's the after. And that did a pretty good job. Didn't add no texture, no clarity. It added some vibrance and saturation, which I'm going to clear out because I'm going to add that myself when I bring the image into Photoshop and work on it there. So I think it fixed the optics. No, it didn't remove that. I like to do that too. Have all that taken care of. Oh, it didn't do the unable to locate a matching lens profile automatically. Well, I don't know why, but well, let me see. If you go in there, I'm not going to fool with that. That's good enough. I don't know why I couldn't find the lens. It's a Canon RF RF lens I was using. 24 to 70. You can see the lens. So it should find that. Maybe because I don't have it set up in Bridge to automatically put that in the metadata. But anyway, so that looks pretty good. We're going to go ahead and open it up in Photoshop now. And this little new here Photoshop version here, it's version 24.7. And it has this little dialog box here that comes up, and I just move it out of the way, and I pin it to that position so it will stay out of my way. And now you can see I can move the photo around inside Photoshop, but if I don't want it to be moving around all the time, I can just bring it up until I see the blue lines and then release, and now it's in there, and it'll be out of my way. Or not out of my way, but it will be set in there and it won't move. But I like to have it out because I can adjust it how I want to bring in my other panels I'm going to be using, which is sometimes I use it's the Zone System Express panel. Blake Rudis, he has it for it's a purchased plugin, and you can find it on his website. But it's a great tool, and he has a whole course that he offers with it if you purchase the plugin about color touches on color theory, which can be a heavy topic. It can be subjective also, but I didn't I wanted to learn more about color and color theory, so that's why I got it. That's why I use it. And I'm not going to explain what everything does here, but just to do a little quick fix, I can do some sharpening just by pushing this button here, or not pushing it, tapping the button. I can add some, actually if I follow the steps to editing my images that Blake instructs, it's called, you first get your tone, and I usually do the tone in Adobe Camera Raw. And then after I do the tone, I do some color, adjust colors in my image, and then I add these special little effects, or the icing on the cake. And to start off with, in this image, it has a whole bunch of things up here that I can use, but like I mentioned, it would be a much longer video if I went through everything up here to use that I could use. Maybe in another video I'll go through some of the things in this panel. It's a Zone System Express panel, and it tells about it there, F64 Academy. workflow. It's a workflow workhorse. It's a melting pot of incredible features to help you on your way through Photoshop. It's been strategically designed. Important note for consideration, there are 15 brushes that have been built for the panel, and all this and all that. That tells you about it there. So let's get back to the editing here on this, and I'm just going to go to the a little sharpening on it, and just clicking the button. I'm just going to zoom in a tad here, and I'm just looking generally at the detail in the petals here, and seeing what that did. There's without it, and there's with it, just enough to where I think it's just okay with me. And let's make this a little smaller so the panel won't be in our way. And that's looking good. So I like the sharpening on it. I'm not going to do anything else with the sharpening. And let me see, we've got a color intensifier here. And instead of the saturation and vibrance, maybe I'll see what the color intensifier does. Wow. And that definitely intensified the color. And if it's too much, what I can do is drop the opacity. And he has buttons down here that will do that. It's on 100 right now, as you see there. And if I want to use the color intensifier for only the light colors, I can hit that. Or not, which I didn't really. Only the darks. So we'll just use all of it. And what I don't want to intensify or with the colors, I can just use the masking tool right here to paint out the areas I don't want intensified. And I think I'll do that. Get my brush here by hitting the B key. And let's get it lower. And I think my black conceals or black reveals, is that not intensified as much now? I don't think it is. And I'm just using my finger on my trackpad now. And you can see on the mask over here that it's, I'm not intensifying these. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to use my Wacom tablet here. I'm going to connect it. It's much easier when I'm doing brush work like this to use my Wacom tablet, and it's connected, so I'm going to be using that instead of the mouse pad. I'll make it bigger, and I'm just going to lose a bunch of the intensity here because I don't want the intensity and all this other stuff. So I'm just going to get it all out of that. And I don't know why it looks different now. Well, because it's pressure. That's pressure sensitive. If I press harder, that's why. You can see it's getting it better here. La-di-da-di-da. Get all that out of there and some up there. And we're going to just use that much of the mask. And see here before. That's take the color intensifier off, and that's off, and that's on, off and on, and you can see that it's nicely affecting my lily there. So this video is going to be long, So I think that's pretty much going to be it for the Zone System 7 panel, Zone System Express 7 panel. And then we're going to close it and go to the palette effects. And this has some tone things I can do in here with this. And this is another tool that takes automatic to a new level. But there's a lot of understanding behind it that you should learn, and that's what and I don't know why I did that. But here we go with the tone. And I usually start with these, and again, it's just so much to learn here, and I don't want to say anything that's going to confuse anyone, but he has another course on his palette effects panel also that you learn about all these and what all these things do, which is, it would make the video like 2 or 3 hours long at least. And it's already long enough. So what I like to do is once I get my tone, which I think the tone is okay, and there's another color expander and all that. I'm not going to do anything with that. I'm just going to go right into, let me see, you've got some effects here going on. I'm not going to use them. I like to go into the painting. This is my favorite thing to use with the painting here. And I'm just going to pick one of these brushes, which is, I'm just going to use this brush here. And you can, it's like, actually it is like painting. You can pick a color here that matches what you want to use. First you have to, you pick your hard mix, linear light, or your color dodge, and I usually just pick the linear light. So it sets that for you. And then I can use, maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe I just want to dodge and burn on this. I could do that. Let me see. Maybe I just want to dodge and burn. So let's delete that. Let's go back to the Zone System panel and just dodge and burn, and then pretty much be done with it. And it's already set up. Once you tap the button to dodge and burn, it sets it up for you. And the dodge tool is already selected. I'm going to start painting the areas I would like to get brighter. And then to switch to the burn tool, you hold the Option key down, and then I'll start painting the areas I would like to get darker. And then, but I have to hold down the Option key. And if I release it, I'll go back to the dodging tool, which means you're getting lighter when you dodge it, and then you burn, you're getting darker. Sometimes I get those confused. So we're going to start using the tool to lighten the areas that are, and I've just, from watching many tutorials on dodging and burning, basically using this to lighten the areas that I want to that are already light. So say I want to bring that out a little bit more and bring these streaks out just a little bit. Just kind of, and this really to me is, it just really pops. I mean, you can just really, I mean, you can tell instantly what I'm doing to that. And then the darker areas, like the little veins, the little streaks of the dark in here, whatever color that is, I can hold down my Option key, and they'll get darker. But first I want to lower my brush a little smaller. And now I hold down the, well, sometimes it does help if I hit the Command plus key and make the image a little bigger. It's the Control plus on a Windows computer, but I have a Mac, so let's get that brush a little thinner, hold down the Option, and now we're going to burn some darkness into there. Into a few of these areas. It would take so long if I was to do. And sometimes I increase the fill just a little bit over here, and it will give me, let's go up to 20% fill. And I can even tell a bigger difference. Let's go right down this one. And this one. How about a 30%? There we go. And that really can, well, that's, forgot to hold the option key down there. And you can see how it's getting, that's 30% fill, which may be too much. But I like it. I can see what I'm doing. In some of these areas that need to be, that I think, this is all subjective too. And let's hold down the space bar and move it over here to see if this, it's already pretty dark over here. How about a little darkness in these little things here? So if you just go over and make the dark areas that are already dark, you just make them a little darker. It brings out a whole lot more. Let's get these little, I forgot the, I think these are the pistils, and we're making these a little darker. And these are the stamens, if I'm not mistaken. We'll brighten them up a little bit. I used to know all my horticultural stuff, but forgot a lot of it. I took a Master Gardener course back in the day and got, I don't know, not disgusted, but disheartened, I should say, with the Master Gardener program here. Let's go back to the full view. And I think that's pretty right there. I think that's pretty. And what I like to do, and I'm just going to finish it real quick here because, like I mentioned, this video is already too long. I'm just going to go in and add me a vignette, and we'll call it a day here. Let's get the move tool, move this out here, and I want to make it a little smaller here. Now there we go. Okay, I'm just going to do a little vignette with the Zone System Express Panel Effect vignette, and that just put a nice vignette on it. You can see that there and there. And that's a quick edit on a daylily. It's my favorite one, and I can't remember the name of it. I wished I could, but I can't. And I could try that generative fill on that right there, but I don't know how it would do. But it might do okay, then it might not. But we'll just leave it like that for now, and we're going to call it done. And what I do when I'm finished and I want to share the photo, I just go up and I go to File, Export As, and I put my quality all the way up to 7. And for some reason, I don't know, I like to ask someone about this. I don't know why. It just see how much more saturated it is in this view than it is on the, I don't know why it does that, but it don't look like that after I export it and I go in and open it up. It doesn't look like that. So we'll put it on high quality 7, and then I'm going to export it out to a place on my, well, let's just do it here. Let's do it real quick. Export. And we're going to export it. We'll bring it up. We'll put it to the desktop. We'll do that another time. But that's what I usually do. And just export it out and save it. But for now, we're going to cancel the export, and we're going to call this image done and get out of here, because this video has gotten way too long, and I apologize for the lengthy video, but maybe it will make up for the 2 weeks that I wasn't here. Okay, folks, thanks for watching, and everyone have a good weekend coming up, and we'll see you all, I'm sure, sometime, probably next Friday or so. Until then, in between times, I'll be here and there on the internet, on YouTube, and watching all of your all's videos. Take care, and we'll holler at you soon. Peace.